Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini-test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Welcome everyone. Today we will be discussing a fascinating topic within the realm of genetics, epigenetic inheritance. This concept offers crucial insights into how traits and characteristics can be passed down through generations, not just via DNA sequence, but through modifications that affect gene expression. In other words, our environment, lifestyle, and even experiences can influence not only our own characteristics but also those of our descendants. This is known as epigenetic inheritance. To begin, let's clarify what we mean by epigenetics. The term epigenetics refers to the study of changes in organisms caused by modification of gene expression, rather than alteration of the genetic code. Here, the focus is on how environmental and lifestyle factors can lead to chemical modifications of DNA and histones, which can influence gene activity and expression. First, we should acknowledge that epigenetic modifications can serve as a bridge between our genes and the environment. To illustrate, let's consider the phenomenon of DNA methylation. Methylation refers to the addition of a methyl group to DNA, typically at cytosine bases. This process can inhibit gene expression without changing the underlying DNA sequence. It acts as a toggle, turning genes on or off in response to external stimuli. Research has shown that environmental factors such as diet, stress, and exposure to toxins can significantly influence the pattern of DNA methylation. For example, a study analyzed how maternal diet during pregnancy could lead to permanent epigenetic changes in offspring, affecting their susceptibility to various diseases later in life. Next, we can examine histone modification, the second key mechanism of epigenetic regulation. Histones are proteins that help package DNA into a compact form. They can undergo various chemical modifications such as acetylation and phosphorylation, which alter their interaction with DNA. These changes can provide a more open or closed chromatin structure, effectively regulating accessibility for transcription processes. For instance, a case study identified that exposure to high-fat diets leads to altered histone acetylation patterns that were subsequently transmitted to the next generation. This underscores how lifestyle choices not only impact individuals, but can reverberate through generations. Additionally, we cannot overlook the role of non-coding RNAs, particularly microRNAs. These molecules can regulate gene expression by targeting mRNAs for degradation or inhibiting their translation. The levels and types of microRNAs present in a given organism can be influenced by environmental factors such as pollution or social interactions, further embedding the influence of the environment in our genetic expression. One particularly striking example of microRNA activity was found in studies of stress. Researchers observed that stress could lead to alterations in specific microRNAs, which not only affected the stressed individual's health, but could also be detected in their offspring, hinting at a transmission of stress responses through epigenetic mechanisms. To highlight the effects of epigenetic inheritance through generations, consider the famous study conducted on agouti mice. These mice exist in a range of colors due to different expressions of the agouti gene, influenced by epigenetic factors. When pregnant agouti mice were fed a diet rich in methyl donors, such as folic acid, the descendants exhibited reduced agouti gene expression and turned brown, demonstrating a change in phenotype linked to maternal diet. This type of evidence leads us to contemplate broader implications for public health and genetics. If we understand that epigenetic changes can be passed down, we can shift the focus from purely genetics to a more holistic view incorporating environment and behavior. Now, we should examine another fundamental aspect of epigenetic inheritance, known as transgenerational epigenetic inheritance. Through several studies, researchers have found that certain epigenetic changes can be inherited over multiple generations. This means that experiences from ancestors such as trauma or nutritional deprivation could have lasting effects on the gene expression profiles of their descendants. A poignant example comes from the Dutch hunger winter, where people experienced severe food shortages during World War II. Studies of individuals whose grandparents lived through this event revealed increased risks of metabolic diseases, leading scientists to determine that epigenetic changes might have occurred in response to the stress of starvation, which were then transmitted to subsequent generations. Furthermore, the implications of these findings extend beyond individual health. They could have significant consequences for public policy, especially in areas related to prenatal care, nutrition, and mental health. Recognizing that maternal stress or environmental exposures can lead to long-lasting epigenetic effects challenges current approaches to genomic medicine. Now, as we delve deeper, it is important to discuss potential limitations and ethical considerations in the study of epigenetic inheritance. For example, while we have established a connection between environmental factors and epigenetic changes, establishing causality can be complex. Additional research is essential to decipher the interplay between genetic predisposition and the epigenetic modifications that arise from environmental influences. Additionally, as we consider the potential for therapeutic interventions targeting epigenetic modifications, we must tread carefully. There is a risk that manipulating epigenetic marks could lead to unintended consequences, given that these changes can influence not just one gene but a network of genes. In conclusion, epigenetic inheritance represents a paradigm shift in our understanding of genetics. While traditional genetics has focused predominantly on DNA sequences, the emerging field of epigenetics allows us to comprehend how environmental factors can influence gene expression across generations. From DNA methylation and histone modification to the role of non-coding RNAs, the mechanisms of epigenetic regulation are intricate and deeply intertwined with our life experiences. The implications of these findings are far-reaching, inviting us to rethink everything from disease prevention to societal health policies. As we continue to explore these connections, we step closer to an integrated understanding of genetics that encompasses both hereditary and environmental dimensions. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this discussion on epigenetic inheritance provides you with a new perspective on the complexities of genetic expression.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.